Hello, parents. My name is Mr. Drogomirecki. I hope that this video is finding you well. I hope that you and your family are doing well at this moment. Um, um, let me just, let me just take this off right now. There's nobody around me, so I should be good. Like I said, my name is Mr. Drogomirecki. I am teaching 4th to 8th grade science at St. Anne's this year. It is my first year teaching, and it has been an incredible ride so far, being able to teach your children. It's been so much fun having them come to know a little bit about science, having them come to know a little bit about God and who He is and how He's created the world. So just a little bit about me. I'm a recent graduate from Rutgers University, actually. I graduated about 2.5 years ago at this point. I studied environmental policy, which, as a concept, you look at it and it's like, okay, you studied environmental stuff, yada, 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 no big deal. But actually, it's a little bit more complicated than that. My degree actually focused a lot in every single different concept of science. So from biology and how different animals are affected by the environment to the chemistry of how different harmful pollutants could affect different parts of our life and everything that we really need, from the air to the water, everything in between. So I'm really grateful for the education that I had to be able to not only provide me with a kind of blueprint of each different kind of science, but also kind of connecting them all together. So that's one experience that I had through, college and all that. Another aspect that I had is that for 2 years, post-college, I was a university missionary. So I was actually serving up in Boston at Northeastern University and some of the surrounding colleges there. And I really worked to preach the gospel, to preach the word of God to anybody who would hear, pretty much. Working with university students and having them come to form a relationship with Jesus Christ. So from the one aspect of being a missionary to the other aspect of me learning about science in university, this year, as I'm teaching your students, I want to bring those two aspects together. Because I really do believe, I have a strong belief that both science and faith are one. They're able to work together in this beautiful marriage. Many popes have released encyclicals, particularly St. John Paul II, with Fides et Ratio, Faith and Reason, one of my favorite encyclicals, talking about how we need both of these, both faith and science, faith and reason, to actually use these together to show who God is and the master creator that He is, in showing how the world was made and how the world continues to work today, through His loving hand and through the sacrifice on the cross that Jesus had for us. So it's a really awesome time. So far this year has been incredible. It is my first year teaching, and I've had an awesome time. Your children are incredible. They are so receptive to learning about both the faith and science, and that coupling together. It's been a beautiful experience. So really quickly, I just want to go through what we're learning this year in each grade, and the different aspects that I'm hoping to bring into there as we continue on, because right now it's been so good so far. I'm really excited to see where we are able to go from here. So let's take a look. So for 4th and 5th grade science, so far we've been talking about how the world actually moves and how the world works, particularly talking about the crust, the mantle, the core of the earth, but then also moving on to how it changes and moves from earthquakes to volcanoes to different types of sediment, different rocks, but then also talking about how we need to conserve different things because things are changing and moving so fast, from erosion to pollution. So the importance of conservation, particularly of water and metals, that's what we're working on right now, actually, as we speak. So it's been awesome learning about how the world works, and I'm hoping that from there we are able to go to learn more about what actually is on Earth. How did we get to where we're at right now on Earth? Particularly with the different environment, the different kind of animals, structures, everything from there. So I'm really looking forward to that. The next group is the 6th and 7th graders. So far, we've been studying the basic unit of life, the cell, talking about organization of cells, different parts of the cell, and even talking even the broader perspective of from unicellular organisms to multicellular organisms. And from here, I'm hoping to go into genetics, talking about DNA, and how we are made the way we are. And hopefully bringing a lot of good aspects of faith into that, knowing that we are made in the image and likeness of God. And basically where that goes from there, we will see. And then from there, hopefully moving into sections of physics, talking about how the world actually works, the different parts of mechanisms and light, and the different spectrum of that, and basically binding the two together to show that we are working with the different mechanisms of physics, from energy to conservation and all that. So, great. And then the last part, the 8th graders, last but not least, we are talking about astronomy. So we are studying, as in 6th grade, I keep bringing this up with the students, but from 6th and 7th grade, we're talking about the basic unit of life, the smallest form of life, the cells. But with the 8th graders, we're starting from the beginning, from the big perspective. So talking about the different galaxies, the expansion of the universe, dark matter, black holes, the different planets and how they work, and the different solar systems that we have. And that's been a really incredible experience, just learning, and working with the different, planets and what are they made of, talking about gases, talking about, how do we know what the sun is made of, how do we know what the different planets are made of, because we never really sent anything to kind of figure that out except for Mars, and a couple other planets. But so we're looking at the broad perspective, and hopefully as we continue on, we're going to go back to Earth and to look at the different things, different occurrences that happen on Earth in particular, the different effects that we have, and then hopefully moving to a part where I could run them through some basic biology, chemistry, and physics to be able to prepare them for high school, so that they're ready to experience that. But overall, tying all these things together is the aspect that science is not linear, but it moves. It is constantly moving. That there are different parts that are always moving in science. To know that it's not just, here's biology, here's chemistry, and here's physics, but it's actually all together. Things are constantly moving. Just as the human body has so many things going on inside of us to be able to constantly, continue to function, from our brains to our lungs, to, our sight. All this is going on at one time. In the same way, everything in science is connected. Everything in science is connected. Not only that, but is connected by God. He is the intelligent creator in this. So that's pretty much the rundown. That's who I am. I'm so looking forward to being able to talk to you, to meet with you, just to know who you are, because just from meeting these students, it really shows that, wow, they have a great faith, there's great experience and great life, which shows greatly on you guys, how you've raised them, how you've brought them up. So I'm really excited to meet you. I hope that you and your family are safe during this time, and as you continue to pursue the Lord and continue to pursue your children's education. I know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for just great experiences and great success, both with your children and with your families at this time. So I look forward to speaking to you later this week. I hope that you have a fantastic week this week. God bless.